Game 2 of our Diamond League Championship doubleheader here in Lakewood. NMC, the 1 seed, takes on the 2 seed Ohio Pitbulls in the 18U division. First pitch of the game is inside. It's a 1-0 count to begin this at-bat as Ramos' first offering goes into the batter's box where the leadoff hitter Andrew Engelman stands. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. I apologize for the delay in the start of the broadcast to now. We thought we were going to start earlier. The umps, they've come now. We're ready to go. We're underway. Now it's a 1-2 count after that foul ball. These Pitbulls come in as the underdogs. You can call this a David versus Goliath matchup. NMC, from top to bottom, a bunch of college commits. The Pitbulls, not so much. The 1-2 goes low, so it'll be a 2-2 count. The core of this Pitbulls team played their ball in the OPL last year. They made the jump up to the Diamond League and now are in the championship game. Impressive stuff from them. And they might have a leadoff runner. And they do. Engelman hustles it out. It bounces off of Ramos' glove. It's a technical infield single to get the game underway for the Ohio Pitbulls. That is a great start for them. It's hustle. He just had a chop swing, went up the middle, and ran it out. I mentioned in the last game, a couple of hustle plays resulted in runners reaching on plays they shouldn't have reached. There's another example of it. And now up steps Hayden Rios, the center fielder. He played his high school ball at North Olmsted, one of the greatest comeback stories of this past year. Had an awful injury in week 3, I believe, on September 8th. I forget who they played against, but he then came back a couple of months later, wrestled, and then played high school baseball for North Olmsted. Coming back from such a bad injury that many thought would be career-ending is nothing shy of impressive. I talked to his position coach week 4 when Holy Name took on North Olmsted, and he was saying just how tough of a kid Hayden Rios is. Saw him pinch run against Holy Name. Unfortunately, it wasn't his day on the base path as he got picked off. But nonetheless, Rios, I played against him many times. The Pitbulls have always gotten the better of my team, the Stingrays, and he was a big reason why. Him and a player who is no longer with the team, Johnathan Orzech, he'd be good for at least a double a night against us. So we'll see how they adapt without their big power hitter in the lineup today. The 2-1, Engelman goes, fouled away by Rios. So that will now even it up at 2-2. And as well, these Pitbulls have had some new additions you'll see later in the lineup. Michael Sudeth, a.k.a. Hollywood, coming over from the since folded Berea Titans. So now a 2-2 count after the foul ball. Ramos looking for his first K of the ball game. Will deal. Goes low, so it's a full count on the future Purple Raider. Rios along with Isaiah Torres, the starting pitcher for the Pitbulls, the two commits on this team. The payoff goes up and out. It is a walk for Hayden Rios as his patience pays off. 2 runners on with none away for the Pitbulls as they look dangerous early on. And now up steps potentially their new power hitter, Johnathan Barnes. Barnes went to Lutheran West this past year, batted .333 with 15 RBIs, 4 doubles, scoring 15 times, and had 4 stolen bags in 19 games. And in 2 appearances, pitched 2.1 innings with a 3 ERA. He was a big catalyst to Lutheran West's early season success as he played plenty of games behind the dish and in the outfield alike. He has an opportunity with 2 runners on, one of them being in scoring position to get the Pitbulls on the board. Fouled away to the right side, and will come back in play. So now a 0-2 count on the former Longhorn. In the on-deck circle is the prior mentioned Isaiah Torres. One poke could get the Pitbulls off on the right foot. NMC still looking for out number 1. And it looks like Ramos will call his catcher forward and will take this time to set the defense for NMC. Ramos on the mound, Hammond behind the dish. Poland at first, Dute at second, Hefke over at short, Spicer at third, and from left to right in the outfield, Barger, Zambanis, and Copenhaver. Those are the 9 on defense for NMC. The 0-2. Curveball chop to the right side. It's going to be a tough play for Ramos to make. The flip is just in time as Barnes flips trying to hit first base. The hustle was almost enough, but nonetheless, he does his job and moves the runners forward into scoring position. It was a nice pitcher fielding play, but it almost wasn't enough as Barnes' efforts, you could tell, were plenty as he hustled as hard as he could. When you do a backflip, essentially, as you step on first base, you know you're hustling. 2 in scoring position now for the Pitbulls with 1 away as Isaiah Torres, the Thiel commit, steps in the box for his first cuts. Torres played his high school ball with the Berea Titans, so here's an opportunity for him to get a lead early on, as I believe this team played on this field before, the Berea Mid-Park Titans, earlier this year, so he's used to the turf. It's a new turf field than it was a couple of years ago. It takes some time to get footing. The 1-1, fouled away to the left side. And we've seen a couple of those pull-off swings, but it works. It's making contact and seeing another pitch. So we'll now have a 1-2 count on Torres. If NMC can get out number 2 at the plate, that would be huge for their defensive momentum. Ramos will come set. It's a big offering. The 1-2. Runs inside, so that will even it up now at 2-2. Protection versus patience. That is the battle right now for Torres. He needs to put a ball in play if it's in the zone, and if it's not, he needs to know that it's not and lay off. The 2-2 drops in, and that's strike 3 without a doubt. A nasty curve from Isaac Ramos gets Torres looking for out number 2. That's his first K of the ball game. The ball just dipped into the zone. It was perfectly down the middle. No reaction could have put anything on that ball. The Pitbulls need it more than ever. 2 away and 2 runners in scoring position. He goes back to the curveball with the same success as it drops on in. Potentially a change as well. It's a 0-1 count. Hambledon, the third baseman, now in the box for the Pitbulls. It'd be Troy Hlucki due up next. He fouls that one off onto the football field. Make it now a 0-2 count. As for NMC, David Zambanas, Lucas Dute, and Isaac Ramos, the 3 due up in the home half of the first. The Pitbulls started off the inning with their first 2 runners reaching. Since then, 2 retired. Can NMC get out of the jam? The 0-2. No, they cannot. Just misses up. It looked like a really good spot, but the ump behind the dish as it missed up, and definitely a good thing that we can see the designation of where it missed. Definitely helps me up here to know what to say. The 1-2 drops it in, chop foul behind. Another example of surviving and advancing to see another pitch. And in center field, the center fielder, Zambanas, doing a little bit of dance out there, potentially trying to summon some good luck. He's continuing it, trying to distract the batter. Does it work? The 1-2. Line to the right side, foul. Hamilton wakes up the NMC dugout. So as of right now, Rio stands at second. Engelman stands at third. A 1-2 count here on the third baseman, Hamilton. The pitch from Ramos. Popped up to the left side. It could be trouble and will be... Did he catch it? No designation made, and there it is, finally made. Either the shortstop or the left fielder made the play. I believe it was the shortstop coming on in, and it was to make that play. That's why you communicate, ladies and gentlemen. Middle of 1 here in Lakewood. The Pitbulls put 2 runners on, but couldn't convert. They'll play defense when we return. Bottom of the first inning here in Lakewood, NMC and the Ohio Pitbulls tied up at 0 in the 18U Diamond League Championship game. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. On the mound for the visitors, Isaiah Torres, the commit to Thiel, played his high school ball for Berea Mid-Park. He'll be throwing to Logan Lalonis, a Strongsville alum and catcher from this past year. As for the rest of the Pitbull defense, Hookey over at first, Engelman at second, Hollywood over at short, Hamilton at third. From left to right in the outfield, it's Barnes, Rios, and Decker. It'll be David Zambonis, the center fielder, stepping in for the home team and the 1 seed. The first pitch of the game from Torres hits him, or potentially runs inside. Looked like he potentially hit him. Like I say, he just got out of the way, so it's a 1-0 count. Zambonis had an impressive year for Brecksville Broadview, batting .316 with 7 RBIs, 3 doubles, scoring 18 times, and was safe on a stolen base attempt 10 out of 11 times. And on the bump, had a 3.53 ERA in 8 appearances in 33 innings, allowing 31 hits, 25 runs, and striking out 20. And he has a leadoff single for NMC as he shoots the gap. Nice job from him as he smokes it up the gut to get the game underway for NMC on the offensive end. Now up steps Lucas Duke, the second baseman. He is committed to play her college ball at Lake Erie after playing his high school ball for Norwayne. A lot of kids making a far travel today to go and play for NMC as they look to win the Diamond League. First pitch misses, up and out. It's a 1-0 count to begin this at-bat. The Pitbulls came out firing on all cylinders offensively, but fell at the end with the last 3 batters of the inning being retired in order. The 1-0 popped up to the left side. The third baseman Hamilton will make a play and see it out. That will even it up now at 1-1. Duke trying to make something happen here to help his team. NMC the heavy favorites in this game. Going in on paper, you see all the college commits, a whole roster against 2 college commits. You think they're the heavy favorites, but the Pitbulls are a scrappy team. The play at 2 is in time. A nice stretch there from Hollywood. Over from short to retire the lead runner, Zambonis, for out number 1. A heads-up play as well from Engelman. He knew he had to play at second, got the lead runner, and that's all he had to do. He could have made the play at 1, but I think they would rather make the play at second, get the lead runner, and then deal with the runner Duke instead of Zambonis, who also has plenty of speed. Now up steps Ramos, the alum of Elyria High School. This past year was named to the second team NEO-BCA for Division I. Had an impressive year for the Pioneers. I believe they had a decent season themselves. Torres comes set on the bump and delivers. Misses out, makes it a 2-0 count. Pitching might be a key factor in this game. Both teams have a couple options they could potentially put in. There is some action in the bullpen for NMC, most likely just to keep an arm warm if needed. The 2-0 breaks in, makes it a 2-1 count. A nice comeback pitch from Torres. And in this battle, it's lefty versus lefty. Most likely a more difficult matchup for the pitcher than a righty-righty. So he needs to be careful what he offers. Runner breaks. Lalonis chucks down but misses wide to the right. Hollywood greets it, but it's a stolen bag for Duke, who puts himself in scoring position. A nice jump there from Duke. Lalonis didn't have much of a chance, but did what he could. He was taken outside, had to try and correct it, but his throw also carried to the right as he tried to overcompensate for the throw. The 2-2 count. Torres looking for out number 2. Curveball clips him. Ramos's arm just barely gets greeted by the baseball, and he is gifted a hard 90. Runners at first and second with 1 away now for NMC as they look for their first run. And now up steps Mike, I believe, looking at the roster. Last name's a little tough to read on this one. Steingast, the rising freshman at Walsh, went to Norwayne High School and was a member of the first team NEO-BCA in Division III. He had an impressive year for Norwayne. Norwayne as well had an excellent campaign, making it decently far in the playoffs. Now it's an 0-1 count to begin this at-bat on Steingast. After him, Nico Spicer would be due up next for NMC. The 1 seed has a prime opportunity to take an early and commanding lead in this ballgame. The pitch, fouled away to the right side, so now it's a 0-2 count here on Steingass. So time being called, Alonis will go up. It appears that the second baseman, Engelman, initialed the stoppage of play because he went over to the mound first. So potentially could a play be being worked out for the Pitbulls? Maybe? It's an interesting call for the second baseman to call a mound visit, not the catcher. But nonetheless, it's a 0-2 count. Torres looking for out number 2. The pitch. Misses upstairs, so it's a 1-2 count now. Nothing out of the ordinary happening on the throwback. So potentially Engelman just wanted to settle down the pitcher before the Lonis had an opportunity to signal time of his own. Engelman working over at second base. The pitch from Torres curves outside, so it makes it a 2-2 count. Torres has done well early in at-bats. It's just been the finish that he has struggled at. Can he get a big strike here and get a big out number 2? Here comes the pitch. Popped up and once again out of play. A definite good battle in the box for Steingass as he's definitely getting the Torres a little bit here. There's only so many pitches he can throw. Once he goes through his arsenal, there's nothing more he can do. So the count remains 2-2. The pitch from Torres, breaking ball, goes in but misses upstairs. What was once an 0-2 has turned to full. Isaiah Torres needs to win this at-bat. The last thing the Pitbulls need is to have the bases loaded behind them with 1 away. Here comes the payoff pitch. Misses low. 4 straight balls. Walks Steingass. So that loads the bases with 1 away, and up steps the third baseman, Nico Spicer, with a prime opportunity to open the scoring here in the championship game. The rising freshman at Lake Erie College went to Elyria, so he has a chance to help out his former high school teammate with some insurance runs. The Pitbulls defense needs to be ready to make a play at home. You can see the corners are in. Hamilton and Lukey stepping up a little bit in front of the bag. Nice block behind the dish from Alonis, definitely preventing a run. NMC is going to be aggressive in this game. They know they are the favorite to win this game. They're going to be more willing to take risks than the Pitbulls. They're going to want to make something happen early. They don't want to leave the runs for late. As for the Pitbulls, they just want to keep NMC at bay. So now a 2-0 count, 6 straight balls thrown now by Torres. He needs a get-right pitch. You don't want to hang something over the plate that could be tanked. You don't want to do anything like that. You need a strike. You need it to be a challenging pitch. And in an ideal world, a double play ball. The 2-0. Fouled away to the right side. That will do a job as well. So that's a strike in the strike column. Make it a 2-1 count. So it's a big opportunity still for NMC. The job isn't quite done yet. Actually, it looks like we already have a change from the initial lineup given. This isn't Spicer. We'll announce the change in a second here. It appears to be Bocock in. So it's Jacob Bocock, the rising senior at St. Paul. He is in. It's a 3-1 count. An interesting change already in the game. But here we go. The 3-1 from Torres. Goes in and just clips the corner. Makes it a full count. 3-2. Torres barely keeps the game at 0-0 with that pitch. So here we go. It's a 3-2 count. Torres will come set. It's a big pitch. The payoff. Fouled away to the right side. So I believe it will be Spicer playing third base, but Bocock hitting for him. No official designation given on it, but nonetheless, that is what I'm going to assume is going to happen. No designation was given on the roster. But here we go once again. Still a full count after the foul tip. 3-2. There will be some action in the Pitbull bullpen. The payoff. Swing and a miss. A loud out number 2 recorded by Torres as he earns his first K of the ball game. The Pitbulls needed that for momentum. It will be Chris Anderson, the rising senior at Revere, or correction, the just graduate of Revere, going to the bullpen. And now with 2 away, up steps Jack Hefke, the shortstop. Bases still loaded behind Torres, and he is dealing now. It's a 0-1 count to begin this at-bat on the former North Royalton Bear. Hefke, like his opponent Rios, I believe committed to play college ball at Mount Union. Torres comes, sets the 0-1. Misses outside, so that will even it up at 1-1. Torres needs to stay dialed into this game. If he lets up at any point, NMC will take advantage, and they have thus far. Anderson is a solid pitcher for the Pitbulls, but I don't think they want to put him in until later in the game. They want to have that surefire arm late in the game if need be. The 1-1. Popped up and out of play. So now Torres 1 strike away from getting out of the hefty jam in the first. Both teams have looked really dangerous in their first ups of the game. The Pitbulls couldn't convert with runners at first and second and none away. With the bases loaded and 1 away, now turned into 2 away with a 1-2 count. Can NMC right the wrongs and get something on the board? The pitch. Popped up into right field. The Pitbulls might have done it. It's a tough play, and it's made. A nice snag by Decker prevents any damage from NMC. Both teams leave runners stranded. A combined 5 left on the base path as we go into the second inning, tied at 0. Scoreless through 1 in Lakewood. We are here in the top of the second inning in the 18U Diamond League Championship game between the 1-seed NMC and the 2-seed Ohio Pitbulls. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. Luki, Sudeth, and Alonis, the 3 due up for the 2-seed here in the top of the second. Swing and a miss on the first pitch as we do have a call to the bullpen, I believe, early on in this game. We'll have to see here. The pitch. Misses just outside, and it looks like we do. It looks like randomly we have a pitcher-catcher swap. So 1-1. Did he go? No, he didn't, so now a 2-1. So that would make this Drew Hammond on the mound. And that would then mean Ramos is behind the dish. I don't know if I've ever seen a pitcher-catcher change this early in the game. The 2-2. Clearly it paid off for NMC as Hammond strikes out the first batter he faces looking for out number 1. That was definitely not on the bingo card for the Diamond League Championship game. The pitcher and catcher swap positions, but now both of them have a K to their name. Now up steps Sudeth, a.k.a. Hollywood. He sees a first pitch strike, nothing in 1 count. Came over from the Titans after their team folded at the conclusion of the 2023 season. A bunch of the Titans came over to the Strongsville Stingrays, who just ended their season in the semifinals of the 18U OPL League against North Coast, who we'll see tomorrow evening take on BHM Navy. The 0-2 misses upstairs, and now a 1-2 count. Sudeth, another one of these guys on the Pitbulls team who can pitch and pitch well. The 1-2. Drops into the zone for strike 3. Hammond comes on in from catching and strikes out the first 2 batters he sees looking. It's 2 up, 2 down for NMC's defense. What a start to life on the mound for Drew Hammond. Being a valuable player at many positions is an undervalued trait. He has done it as a 2-way player in 2 innings. Now up steps Logan Lalonis, the catcher for the Pitbulls. Went to Strongsville High School and will be going to BW, not to play baseball, but just attend there. On this Pitbulls team, you have Rios, a commit to Mount Union, and Torres, a commit to Thiel College. The rest are either still in high school or are not going on to play college ball. So in that sense, this could be the final career game of many players on this Pitbulls roster. So they want to make this game count. The 2-1. Skied from Lalonis to the left side of the infield. Spicer gets underneath it and snags it to retire the side. Hammond comes on in to relieve relieve Ramos, and it's gone well so far for NMC. The Pitbulls go in order. Middle of 2 in Lakewood. Still a 0-0 ball game. Bottom of the second inning here in Lakewood. It's a 0-0 ball game between NMC and the Ohio Pitbulls in the 18U Diamond League Championship game under the lights. It's a beautiful turf field, beautiful lights. It's a beautiful place to be. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening as NMC sends up Hammond, the now pitcher, Barger, and Copenhaver. And now it's a 1-1 count on the leadoff hitter, Hammond. He caught the first inning, pitched the second, has 2 Ks to his name thus far. He has looked really good. This time he pops it up to the right side and well out of play, so make it now a 1-2 count. So now 1-2 count. Anderson still warming up in the bullpen for the Pitbulls. Could potentially see him earlier on than expected in this game. The 1-2 from Torres, just a bit outside as the breaking ball doesn't have any break. Unfortunate there, but it wasn't a bad idea. You never know. If you're sitting curveball, you could potentially offer at that pitch. If that ball breaks like it should, it's a good pitch. The 2-2. Ground ball chopped to the left side on the bunch swing. Hamilton throws across, and it's in time. 1 up, 1 down for the Pitbull defense. And going back to that pitch that missed well outside, that happens occasionally for a pitcher. You can't have your best grip on every single pitch. If pitching was easy, everyone would do it. It's not easy. It's a lot of strain on the arm. It's a lot of calculations that need to be made. You have to be ready to adapt to any situation. A grip change at a moment's notice could be difficult, but the best pitchers are able to do so. And from Torres' standpoint, to come back and correct it on the next pitch, jam the batter, force that swing, that's an excellent adjustment from the former Titan. And now up steps Barger. Breaking ball misses upstairs, so that will even it up at 1-1. Barger will be a rising freshman at Defiance College, played his high school ball at Bellevue. Now a 2-0 count. Torres will deal. Misses low, a nice block from Lalonis to 3-0 count as Copenhaver awaits in the on-deck circle. The Pitbulls so far pulling their weight in this championship game, looking for another out here, but they need to strike first. And they get it right down the pipe. One thing at a time right now for the Pitbulls. This at-bat not going the way they wanted to. You have the one strike. Get the next. Chip away in little pieces. The 3-1. Sent into left field, going over Barnes' head, and it is going to drop in play. Rios gets it, chucks it on in, and cruising into second base with a double is Dylan Barger. What a way to adapt to the 3-1 fastball. It was an excellent cut. He smoked it over Barnes' head. He got there as quick as he can, and as well, credit to Rios for making his way back there. But it was smoked off the bat. It's difficult to see where the ball is going to land at this facility. We saw it in the last game with Jack Barnes' home run. It looked like a pop-up, but it had plenty of carry. This field gives opportunity for a lot of balls to hang in the air for longer periods of time. You're more likely to see more power on this field. I don't get necessarily why. Maybe it's because we're slightly above the level of the road. Maybe that quote-unquote higher altitude is messing with the baseball. I doubt it, but you never know. Nonetheless, the batters have taken advantage of it, and that was a beautiful swing nonetheless from the left fielder. Torres will come set, checks the runner, and delivers. Tries to go outside corner, but misses low. It's a 2-0 count. NMC just needs to keep the hit train rolling. Get in the runner from second base. Replace the runner at second base. Do it again. Rinse and repeat. That is how you win ball games. You don't need it all in one swing. Just chip away slowly. And a nice breaking ball dips in. That will even it up. So a nice pitch there from Torres. He is looking for out number 2. Still has a runner behind him to work with at second base. Hollywood working him. Torres deals. Popped up into left center field. Barnes will go for it, calling off Rios. He makes the play for out number 2. The runner thought about tagging. Hamilton gets low and blocks it. Nice relay in from the former Longhorn. 2-away runner still remains at second base. Barnes did the right thing. He came up firing. As a former catcher, I tell my team, especially if there's a runner at third base or at second base even, if it drops in front of you or if you catch it in some scenarios, outfield, you better come up shooting. And that's what Barnes did, and it prevented the runner from moving. He left right away. If the ball was thrown wide, he was going to go. Or if he thought he had a chance, he was going to go. Barnes made sure there was absolutely no chance he could make a play. Runner goes. Lalonis chucks down, and it goes into the outfield. Going for home is Barger, and he will score. NMC strikes first in the 2024 18U Diamond League Championship game, reaching on a wild throw. Excellent job from Barger to pick up. Lalonis had an attempt at it, but missed wide. It was a good effort as well from Hamilton to try and keep it in the infield. Just wasn't enough, and the deadlock has been broken. And up steps Pullen. He'll have a 1-0 count to work with after that last pitch was rung up as a ball. The pitch from Torres misses outside, make it a 2-0 count. For the Pitbulls in the third, Decker, Engelman, and Rios, the three due up. Anderson continuing to warm up in the bullpen. The pitch goes to the top corner. A nice get-right pitch there. Makes it now a 2-1 count. So Torres still working from behind, trying to get back in this at-bat. Doesn't there, but a nice block from Lalonis to keep it in front, make it a 3-1 count. As for NMC, Zambonis, the leadoff hitter, will be back up for his second cuts as he is on deck. Here comes Torres, is 3-1. Popped up and well out of play. So we'll have a full count 3-2 here on Poland, the first baseman. The rising sophomore at Bluffton played his high school ball at Wellington, and this past year for Bluffton played in 6 games. The payoff pitch misses upstairs, so it's a 2-out walk for the first baseman, Poland, to put another runner on for Zambonis to work with. And here comes the aforementioned Zambonis. So far today, 1 for 1 with a single up the gut to begin the game for NMC at the sticks. The pitch, line to the right side and well out of play. Zambonis, one of the better hitters and fielders in all of NEO baseball, had a great season for Brexville Broadview Heights. Made plays left and right, not only in the box, but also on the base path and in center field. Runner goes, line to the right side, and snagged over at first base. I don't think it hit the ground, so technically a catch from Lutke retires the side. An excellent snag over at first base, but not before NMC is able to put a run on the board. End of 2 in Lakewood. NMC leads it 1-0. Top of the third inning here in Lakewood in the 2024 18U Diamond League Championship game between the 1-seed NMC and the 2-seed Ohio Pitbulls. NMC got on the board in the bottom of the second courtesy of a wild throw down to third. And now they look to defend their lead as Decker, then Engelman, and Rios will be due up to hit this inning for the Pitbulls. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. The Pitbulls looked good back in the first inning on the offensive, but since then hasn't had an opportunity to get things underway once again. Barger gets underneath that one in left field and is able to retire the leadoff hitter Decker for out number 1. So with that flyout, make it, I believe, 7 retired in a row. A base hit, a walk, and then a ground out, strikeout, pop out, strikeout, strikeout, pop out, pop out. First pitch misses well outside. Maybe hit the other batter's box, maybe even missed it, but nonetheless a wild pitch there from Hammond. It's a 1-0 count to begin this at-bat on Engelman, who singled his first time up, the only hit of the game thus far from the Pitbulls. Thought about it there, but held up. That will even it up at 1-1. Engelman has an opportunity to try and spark something on. He'll be going to Cincinnati in the fall. Not going to play baseball for them, but still going there. It's a 2-1 count. Now the pitch. Engelman, one of the players who could be playing their final ever baseball game here tonight. That's the difficult thing about the 18U division, not only in the Diamond League, but also in the OPL. You see a lot of kids' final games be played in the championship games. One team will go out on top and have that memory for the rest of their lives. The other one will go out on a loss, so close to winning a title in their last game. The payoff pitch lined and get hit off a pole and drops back in play. Engelman sent not only his own dugout, but the field in a frenzy. That was definitely not his intent, but nonetheless gave us some entertainment. It's a full count, still 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch. Almost hits him in the end. He's able to get out of the way and reaches with a one-out walk. Good patience shown from Engelman in the box. He does his job, stays patient, and awaited his pitch that never really came, so he'll gladly take first base and now has the opportunity to make something happen for his team. Now up steps Rios. Rios sees a first pitch strike in the zone to nothing in one count. The former North Olmsted Eagle looks to help his team once again. He walked his first time up, one of two to reach today for the Pitbulls. The other one on base right now, who is 2 for 2 on reaching. Now 1-1 count. If you're just tuning in, Isaac Ramos, the starting pitcher for NMC, has moved behind the dish in favor of Drew Hammond on the bump. An excellent curve, dips on in, makes it a 1-2. Hammond looking for his third K of the evening. Comes set and will now offer the 1-2. Misses well outside, doesn't get it to dip, so that'll even it up now at 2-2. For the Pitbulls in the on-deck circle is Johnathan Barnes. The throwback is not in time, Engelman back standing. Don't mind that move, however, from Hammond. Trying to keep the runner honest. It's going to be the little things early on in this game that is going to separate these two teams. The 2-2 clips the corner. Rios freezes for strike 3. That's the third K of the game from Hammond and retires the center fielder for out number 2. And with 2 away, up steps Barnes. Grounded out his first time up. He looks to make amends and move along Engelman and potentially tie the game up. Here comes the pitch. Misses well upstairs as the 1-0 count to begin this at-bat. Had a great year for Lutheran West and looks to cap off his 2024 with potentially one final hit here and hopefully for his Pitbulls, one last win. The 1-0 just perfectly dips into the meatball zone. Makes it now a 1-1 count. Some pitches that are off speed, they just go in at the perfect point in the zone. That is a perfect example of it. Swing and a miss. An excellent block behind the dish. The throw down from Ramos. The tag is in time. An excellent chuck from behind the dish as Ramos retires the side as Hammond is denied an opportunity for another K. But he doesn't care. NMC unscathed going into the home half of the third, up 1-0. Bottom of the third inning here in Lakewood. The Pitbulls and NMC battling it out for the 2024 Diamond League Championship. As of right now, NMC in the driver's seat up 1-0, courtesy of a stolen bag opportunity that then turned into stealing home after a wild throw. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Torres looking to settle into this inning, misses outside. Now a 2-0 count as NMC will send up the second baseman Dute, then Ramos and Steingas. Here comes a 2-0 delivery from Torres. Smack right side and foul. Almost a coaching fielding play, but just missed. You can hear the kind of sigh from NMC's dugout when the first base coach just couldn't get a hand on the ball. Still in the bullpen for the Pitbulls is Anderson. Now 2-1 after the foul ball. Torres gets back to work. Popped up into left field, might be falling in no man's land. Barnes calls everyone off and makes the snag in left field for out number 1. Nice charge in left from Barnes. Had to go a little ways to get to that ball, but in the end, snags it. The Pitbulls 1 out closer to getting back at the sticks, and now up steps Ramos, the pitcher turned catcher, who had a hard 90 his first time up. Torres will come set and deliver. Goes upstairs. It's a 1-0 count to begin this at-bat on the former Pioneer. So far in this game, as predicted, the little things would be the difference. Don't know if we predicted this game to be this close still, but the Pitbulls have held their own thus far, only being an error the difference between the teams. Had that throw not gone wide, it's still a 0-0 ball game. But nonetheless, the Pitbulls have plenty to do still. And same thing with NMC, as they have been held at bay for the most part. A couple of nice plays have been made by the Pitbulls. They have really banded together and have really given NMC a run for their money. It's now a 3-1 count. Another walk here could potentially signal a mound visit. Wouldn't mind that. With 1 away, talk to Torres, settle him down, and give him an opportunity to get back to his best. The 3-1 runs inside on Ramos. He decks out of the way, and now will be awarded first. Almost hit in the face there. Didn't want another hard 90, so he'll walk instead. And now up steps Steingas, the additional hitter. The Pitbulls right now are dreaming of a double play bowl. If they can turn 2, that would be huge for momentum. But if NMC can get another run on the board, that would be huge for them. Hit into right field, kind of shallowly. Instead, it's caught over by Engelman for out number 2. And retreating with plenty of speed to first is Ramos. That's one that just hit into no man's land. At first base, you have to stand between first and second. Give yourself an opportunity to get back to the bag at first. But also, if it drops, have enough time to quickly react and go to second base. The runner did a great job at that. In the end, he stays at first base, but now with 2 away. Torres deals his first pitch to Spicer, who will now be hitting for Bocock. So it looks like they will kind of switch interchangeably. The pitch. Popped up, it's skied into center field. Rios calls everyone off, and he makes the play, retiring the side. NMC puts a runner on, but no damage done. End of 3 in Lakewood. The 1 seed still leads it 1-0. Barnes, Torres, and Hamilton, the three do up in the top of the fourth for the Pitbulls as they find themselves in a 1-0 hole against NMC. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Barnes offers and misses at the first pitch he sees. Nothing on one count to begin this at-bat, which would be his third technically. He's had one at-bat that counts thus far. Was in the box last inning, but a throw out from behind the dish courtesy of Ramos interrupted his last at-bat. So this is the third time he steps in the box and finds himself in a similar spot to where he was last inning, down in the count with 2 strikes. The pitch from Hammond. Ground ball hit to the right side. Does it sneak through? No, it does not. The throw over from 2 is in time. Dude retires Barnes for out number 1. Almost was able to sneak it through, but just didn't have enough zip on it. Barnes will now go back to the dugout, which brings up Torres, the pitcher. Torres struck out looking his first time up. One of 3 victims to the K. Actually, one of 4 total victims of the K. 1 of 1 courtesy of now the catcher, Ramos. It's weird looking at a box score early this game. Usually I can look at this and count, okay, there's 4 strikeouts total. The pitcher has 4 Ks. But we've already seen a change after 1 inning. Makes it a lot more difficult. Nice hit there. Is it over the center fielder's head? Yes, it is. This is extra bases for Torres as he is cruising on into second base. He is going to press his luck and go to 3. There is no contest at 3. It is a 1 outstanding triple for Isaiah Torres to put himself in the Pitbulls 90 feet away from tying this ball game up. That ball was smoked into center field. It was hanging for a good amount of time, but when it fell, Torres got on his horse. As a pitcher, he's looking at his team. No one else has been able to step up. He says, fine, I'll do it myself. And now has his Pitbulls 90 feet away from tying the game up at 1. These Pitbulls, as I mentioned before the game, might be David in this David versus Goliath, but they are not giving up quite yet. First pitch of this at-bat misses outside to Hamilton. It's a 1-0 count. This at-bat becomes really pivotal for the Pitbulls with 1 away. Even if Hamilton flies out, you have to believe that Torres will be told to tag. So now 2-0 count, potentially Hammond getting a little frazzled. He just needs to shake off the triple and go back to dealing the way he did before. And Hamilton chases low, makes it a 2-1 count. Hamilton doing his best to make something happen with Flutke in the on-deck circle. Misses upstairs, makes it a 3-1 count, and then we could see the chess match ensue on a potential steal from first to second. It's a big pitch incoming from Hammond. Ground ball chopped to the right side. Does Torres tag? No. The throw to 1 is in time. An excellent job from Drew Hammond on the mound to freeze the runner and then get the sprinting Hamilton over at 1 for out number 2. That was a perfectly executed pitcher fielding play. He made sure Torres wasn't getting any ideas to try and take home, but in the end made the play at first. It was a close play, but in the end, if it resulted in an out, the pitcher did his job. And now 2-away, up steps Troy Hlutke, the first baseman. First pitch strike there from Hammond. He's getting back to his best. Michael Sudeth, a.k.a. Hollywood, awaits in the on-deck circle. The 0-1. Misses outside. That will even it up at 1-1. This is a big opportunity for the Pitbulls. They do not want it to go to waste. Usually in these kind of games, if you do not get the run here, that is when the other team capitalizes and scores a bunch. A huge block behind the dish there from Ramos, keeping the game at 1-0. If there's a pass ball, you have to believe Torres is taking off for home. Even if he doesn't, as a catcher, you have to believe that's what's going to happen. The 2-1 from Hammond. Hit to the right side, and does it sneak through? No, it's not. It stopped at first. The play over at first is in time. An excellent snag from Poland, robbing the Pitbulls of a run. And that will fire up the NMC faithful. Poland did his job and robbed the Pitbulls of a great moment. In the end, we go into the home half of the 4th inning with the ball game still being 1-0 in favor of NMC. And given that reaction, they might have taken all the momentum back. Bottom four in Lakewood. The Ohio Pitbulls were so close to putting their first run on the board, but a diving effort from Poland over at first base for NMC kept the 1 seed up 1-0 going in now to their ups in the fourth. And it's almost a first pitch hit by pitch, but Hefke gets out of the way. Him, Hammond, and Barger, the 3-2 up for NMC. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Torres deals up and in. They'll make it now a 2-0 count. Torres was the catalyst and would have been the tying run for the Pitbulls after his one-out triple, but his efforts weren't enough as the next two batters were retired in order. Now it's a 3-0 count to begin this at-bat on the future Purple Raider. Hefke just needs to be patient. Patience paid off as he has walked on 4 pitches, so the leadoff man is aboard for NMC, and that can help them spark a rally. Most times in these kind of close games, the one team that trails has a big opportunity to put some runs on the board and take a lead or tie it. They don't capitalize, and then the team that is leading shuts the door. If that is the game script today, NMC might be ready to score 5 or so runs this inning. First pitch is in the zone, 0-1 count to begin this at-bat on Hammond, the catcher turned pitcher. Anderson appears to be warmed up in the bullpen for the Pitbulls, so we could see him come on shortly. The pitch from Torres, fouled away. And when that change happens, you would have to believe they would enter a DH or let him hit, because Torres' hitting has been really good. Yes, Anderson can hit the ball, but Torres has your triple. It's an 0-2 count, the pitch. Swing and a miss, gets him to chase upstairs for out number 1. That's the first or second K of the ball game recorded from Torres. Now Dylan Barger steps up for his second cuts. Had a double his first time up. That really helped NMC at the time try and make something happen. And in the end, they did make something happen, as he, I believe, was the runner to score. The pitch from Torres. Right down the pipe, 0-1 count. Torres just needs to keep himself in the game, just needs to keep throwing the way he knows how to throw. If he can do that, he has a good opportunity to get out of the jam. Runner breaks, then goes back. Foul tip. Makes it now a 0-2 count. I wouldn't mind the move to attempt and steal. Make Bellina show you that he can throw you out. On the first throw, went a little bit wide to the right, went to the outfield. Give him his chance for redemption and test the arm at the same time. It's not really giving him a chance for it. It's try and make something happen for your own team. The 0-2 misses well upstairs, so make it now a 1-2 count. After Barger, Copenhaver, the right fielder, will be due up next for NMC. You hear the first baseman for the Pitbulls saying, watch runner. The 1-2 misses outside. So what was once 0-2 has been made even at 2-2. The Pitbulls really need to get out number 2 at the plate. They need it soon. They don't want to give NMC a lifeline to get some runs. The pitch. Misses low below Lalonis. The throw down. Not in time. The tag was almost there from Engelman. Lalonis was delayed, but still almost made an excellent play. You have to give him credit. It was trapped below him. The runner went. He chucked down Engelman with the excellent extension. Just wasn't enough. The Pitbulls almost had their opportunity and gateway to get out of the inning, but now it's a 3-2 count on Barger. Torres comes set. Here comes the payoff pitch. As time is called in the box, it would have been a ball. So it's a 3-2 count still after time was called. He got a view into what Torres is doing. Based off of that, I would assume we're seeing the outside corner. We'll see what happens. The payoff pitch goes inside instead, and that will ring up Barger for out number 2. That's the third K of the ball game from Torres, as that is a big one to get at a big time. That's 2 strikeouts in a row, and now Copenhaver, the right fielder, steps up. Flew out to left field his first time up, but has an opportunity to move along the runner. He went to Smithville High School and played wide receiver in football. Ground ball hit to the left side. The throw across the diamond is in time. An excellent pick over at first base from Hulitke on the throw from Hamilton, retiring the side. A runner gets into scoring position for NMC, but not enough to score. End of 4 in Lakewood. NMC hanging on to their 1-0 lead. Top of the 5th inning here in Lakewood, and what is turning out to be a great 2024 18U Diamond League Championship game between the 1-seed NMC and the 2-seed Ohio Pitbulls. It's a 1-0 ball game as of right now. Dylan Barger, the only man to cross home, as he took home on a wild throwdown from the catcher Lalonis to third. That has been the difference thus far. I've maintained this opinion from start to now. It's going to be the little things in this game that is going to decide the winner. Now a 2-1 count here on Sudeth. He is up now, and then after him, it will go to Lalonis and then Decker. Swing and a miss there from Sudeth, making out a 2-2 count. The first-year Pitbull looking to make an impact here as he'll step out and take a couple swings. Here's a 2-2 offering from Hammond. Goes outside and misses. This is a 3-2 count. As for the Pitbulls, if Sudeth can get on here, it would be big, as he is one of the fastest players on this team. The payoff misses well outside, so the speedster Hollywood is aboard with a leadoff walk. So let's see what Hollywood can do on the base path as Logan Lalonis steps into the box for his second cuts. Popped out his first time up. So as of right now, it looks to be a Strongsville Mustang trying to help out a Berea Mid-Park Titan. And he's hit. It's a hard 90 for Lalonis, and he'll fire up the bench with the bat toss. 2-1 with none away. The Pitbulls are fighting. They are doing all they can right now to make something happen. Coach Lanigan is going to go and talk to the umpire about a potential change. And now time is called as NMC will talk it over on the mound. To stay up to date on all the gambling covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and Twitter. To stay up to date on all the action in the Diamond League, follow the Diamond League on Twitter, and as well stay tuned to updates on the website. And finally, subscribe here to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we go live. My goal is to get up to 250 subscribers by the end of this calendar year, and it appears a change will be a pinch runner for the catcher, as Donahue will come on in and run for Lalonis. Now up steps Luke Decker, the right fielder. Flew out his first time up. 2-1, none away. This is a prime opportunity for the Pitbulls. They had this opportunity back in the first. Now is the time for them to make amends and get the job done in plate one at least. The pitch, bunt being shown. Did he go? Yes, he did. Nothing in one count. That is one you have to pull back. If it's out, I get if bunt is called, you pull back. You got to live to fight another pitch. The 0-1 fouled away, so now a 0-2 count. You really couldn't have asked for a better start to this at-bat if you're Hammond on the mound. I don't know if we see a potential steal from Hollywood. Ramos has already thrown out one, The Pitbulls look to get something going on the base path. The 0-2 misses well outside. A nice snag behind the dish from Ramos to keep it in his glove, make it now a 1-2 count. The 1-2 is popped up to the left side and goes out of play. Definitely getting a little bit darker here at Lakewood High School. Still a 1-0 ball game. It's a 1-2 count with none away in the top of the fifth. Runners at first and second for the Pitbulls. The pitch. This is well upstairs. Doesn't dip like it should. That will even it up now at 2-2. It's a big opportunity still for Decker to put the ball in play. If he can hit an Oppo Taco, that left center field gap is looking big right now. Instead, he tanks it to right field. It is going back. It's over Copenhagen's head. It hits off the wall. Hollywood will round and try to score. There is no play at the plate. It is an RBI single from Luke Decker, scoring Hollywood. And we now have a tie ball game at 1 in Lakewood. What a hit from Luke Decker. Hits it off the wall in right. Potentially could have been a home run at other points in the ballpark. Time call again. It looks like NMC will go to the bullpen. We have had this game flip on its head. NMC was in the driver's seat for the majority of this game, but now we see a change of pace. Keegan Cubbison appears to be coming on the pitch when we return. Keegan Cubbison now on the pitch for NMC. The go-ahead run for the Pitbulls now stands over at third base. The first pitch is in the zone from the former Mustang. So 0-1 count to begin this at bat for Engelman. It's him, then Rios, due up with none away. The 0-1 misses well outside. That will even it up now at 1-1. If you're just tuning in, Luke Decker hit an RBI single off the right field wall, tying the game up at 1 here in the top of the fifth. Runner goes, fouled away to the left side. That makes it now a 1-2 count. Cubbison went to Strongsville High School and will now be pitching for Findlay next year. I've gone up against him twice, 0-2, as he hit a walk-off base hit against my freshman Holy Name baseball team back all the way in the spring of 2021 to get that season underway. Since then, it's only been up for Cubbison. The 1-2 misses well outside. That will even it up at 2-2. The go-ahead run is a pinch runner in Carson Donahue, the rising senior at Cloverleaf, standing 90 feet away. The 2-2 goes to the corner. Engelman rung up on the outside corner. Cubbison 1-for-1 on striking out batters. An excellent delivery from Cubbison. Engelman had no reply. And now up steps Hayden Rios. A walk and a strikeout to his name thus far. And just like Engelman, has a prime opportunity to give the Pitbulls a lead. The pitch from Cubbison. Tails outside. It's a 1-0 count. But what an opportunity for the Ohio Pitbulls. I said it pregame. It's a David versus Goliath matchup, and David is holding his weight. The back pick down to 3 is into the outfield. It sails from Ramos. Going to try and score is Donahue. The plate is not in time. The Pitbulls take the lead in the top of the 5th. Donahue reads the ball into the outfield. The back pick didn't work, and the Pitbulls are elate, up 2-1. What a chain of events for the underdogs. Now they have a runner standing at second base in Decker. The pressure has been taken off a little bit from the batter Rios. That ball misses outside. Now a 3-0 count. Decker at second. Rios 3-0 count. Barnes in the on-deck circle. Do the Pitbulls have some midsummer's magic? Runner goes, the 3-0. The throw from Ramos, the tag. Not there, it goes past. On the bag is Decker. He will stay put. A nice steal there, which now puts the Pitbulls 90 feet away from making this a 3-1 ball game. So now a 3-1 count, 2-1 ball game in favor of the Pitbulls. The pitch. Clips the corner. A nice frame behind the dish from Ramos. Make it now a 3-2 count. It's a big pitch upcoming here from Cubbison. Has 1K. He's looking for a second. The pitch. Goes to the outside corner for strike 3. Cubbison earns his second K for out number 2. What a pitch there from Keegan Cubbison. The arm slot is messing with the Pitbulls. They still have the lead. They will take that. So 2 of the 3 runs that have scored today come courtesy of a wild throw into the outfield. That was a perfect pitch for Barnes to unload at. Instead, he leaves it to 0-1 count. We now have a lefty versus righty matchup. Cubbison versus Barnes. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Barnes offers but can't connect. It's a 0-2 count. For NMC in the home half of the inning, it will be Poland, Zambanas, and Due up. The pitch misses well outside, so that'll make it now a 1-2 on the former Longhorn. But talk about making a statement. The Pitbulls, many didn't give them a chance coming into today, but they have made many, many proud today. Even if the result flips and NMC gets the victory, these Ohio Pitbulls have a lot to be proud of. Their first year playing in the Diamond League. This crew played in the OPL last year, had a heartbreaking end of their season, losing to the eventual champion Bay Rockets. They now look to make amends. It's a 1-2 count. The pitch from Cubbison. Ground ball hit to the left side. The throw across the diamond incoming from Spicer is in time. Barnes cannot score another run, but it doesn't matter. The Pitbulls can celebrate a little bit going into the home half of the 5th. They lead it 2-1. Home half of the 5th here in Rangertown, and we have some chaos on hand. The Pitbulls put 2 runs across to make it now a 2-1 ball game. The underdogs are making some noise here under the Lakewood lights. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Torres, who has had action in the bullpen behind him, sends the first, gives a first pitch strike. He has really done a nice job. A triple, and has kept his composure amid plenty of difficult situations. He's also been helped out in large part due to some good defensive plays made by Hamilton, Hulutke, and others such as Barnes and Rios in the outfield. Now a 1-2 count here on Poland. After him, Zambonis and Dute due up in the 5th. But who saw this coming? The pitch from Torres on the 1-2, fouled away. Zambonis will go get it from the on-deck circle, but if you're the Pitbulls right now, this is the dream result. I said it around this point in the game for the Snappers. If you could be given this result going in, you would snap someone's arm off for it. I feel like that's true for the Pitbulls. And they get another out there. A nice pitch from Torres. Give him 4 Ks on the afternoon. It's 1 up, 1 down for the Pitbull defense. I don't know if it's too early to start counting the outs, but the Pitbulls technically 8 outs away. And now up steps David Zambonis. 1 for 2 with a base hit and a line out to his name. The pitch from Torres goes low and out. It's a 1-0 count to begin this at-bat. Zambonis, the former B, has an opportunity to help his team out here. They just need a base runner. And that might be the help. Barnes goes back. It's well over his head. Zambonis does it again. He is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. He is cruising on into second base with a 1-out standing double. David Zambonis produces for his team time and time again, and this is no different. We are viewing what is turning out to be a classic here in Lakewood. A back-and-forth game. You have an underdog going up against a mammoth, a great team. But as of right now, it is the underdog up, but Zambonis gives NMC an opportunity to tie the game up. And now Lucas Dute will be tasked with moving along, the former Brexville Broadview Heights star. A lot of championship and pedigree on this NMC team. Norwayne making a far run in the playoffs. This guy was a part of it. Foul tip into the glove of Lalonis. It's a 0-1 count to begin this at-bat on the lefty. So we have a lefty-lefty battle here. Torres will come set. The pitch. Bunt hit to the left side of the infield. The scoop from Torres. The chuck is high. Not in time. Hulutke did what he needed to do to keep it in front of him, but that puts runners at the corners with 1 away. NMC is back in business, 90 feet away from tying the game back up. And now up steps Isaac Ramos, hit by pitch and a walk thus far. What does Lalonis do behind the dish? It's going to be a tough decision. Both catchers in this situation have struggled today, but all it takes is one play to get your mind right. As a catcher, I'm trying to think what Lalonis is thinking here. And right now I'm thinking, more importantly than anything, I got to keep this ball in front of me. Bunt shown, pull back, it goes past Lalonis. And the backstop helps him. He did an excellent job to react. If the runner would have went, there's a good chance he would have been out. So now as well, even more than I was before, if I'm Lalonis, I'm thinking this ball has to stay in front of me. It doesn't matter what I have to do. It doesn't matter what gets hit. I need to keep this ball in front of me to give my team a chance. The go-ahead run now stands in scoring position as well. The pitch misses upstairs, so that makes it now a 2-0 count. This has been such a great game and a great way to end the 2024 Diamond League season. Here comes the 2-0. Fouled back. So that makes it now a 2-1 count. I mentioned it a lot in the WRCL. When you have a runner on in scoring position with 1 away, getting out number 2 at the plate becomes almost a must to keep a run off the board. That's no different today. The Pitbulls, if they can get out number 2 at the plate, gives them a good chance. Almost hits them, but just runs inside. It's a 3-1 count. And as well, for the Pitbulls, I'm surprised they hit better against Cubbison than they did against Ramos and Hambin. Looking at the arm slot, you would think it'd be more difficult to hit Cubbison. The 3-1, hit away, foul. So now it's a full count, 3-2 here It's either 2 outs, a run scores, or the bases are loaded. It is going to be a big pitch. This is probably the biggest pitch of the game thus far. The payoff from Torres. Just misses upstairs. Rios can't believe it in center field, but that will load the bases with 1 away, and Torres as well can't believe it. Here we go. Stangas steps now into the box. He has an opportunity to give NMC the lead. On the contrary, the Pitbulls look to turn 2. The pitch from Torres misses outside. Lalonis spins and keeps it in front of him. It's a 1-0 count. Lalonis is doing all he can to keep the Pitbulls in the driver's seat. No action in the bullpen. If Torres does not get out of this inning, it would still probably go to Anderson. The 1-0. Hit into right center field. That will tie the game up at a minimum. Rounding and attempting to score is another runner. NMC retakes the lead. Another runner will try and score. There is no play. It is a 3 RBI double from Mike Stangas to now give NMC a 4-2 lead. What a turn of events here in Lakewood. What was once 2-1 has turned on its head. 3-run score. It's 4-2. Time being called and a mound visit for the Pitbulls. NMC has found their hero in Mike Stangas. What a momentum killer on the other hand for the Pitbulls. They have fought so hard thus far. That is devastating from them. Now the task becomes get out of the inning and get back to the sticks. But NMC might have just found their winner, courtesy of Mike Stangas. And during this mound visit, we'll be back on tomorrow to bring you the OPL championships in the 16U and 18U division. The 18U is the BHM Buckeyes Navy team taking on North Coast. And the 16U, I don't believe we have official confirmation yet on the final scores. We will hopefully soon, as those games should be going final in the next couple of minutes or have already gone final as of now. But nonetheless, we still focus here at Lakewood's turf tonight. Nico Spicer coming back in 0-1 on the day. The pitch from Torres. Smacked into left center field, and it drops in for a base hit. Rounding and attempting to score is Stangas. The play at the plate is not in time. It is an RBI double for Nico Spicer to make it a 5-2 ball game. If NMC hasn't sealed it already, they might have now. What a hit there from Nico Spicer. And we have our championship game in the 16U OPL division. The Ohio Tigers will be taking on Premier Ohio Anderson. That looks to be a great game. I believe the Tigers come in undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. That should be a great game. Anderson has plenty of good players from top to bottom on that team. We'll look forward to seeing that game. First pitch, 6 o'clock tomorrow here on the Lakewood turf. The pitch from Torres misses upstairs. It's a 1-0 count to begin this at-bat on Jack Hefke. A walk and a fly out to his name thus far. But NMC has rallied after giving up 2 runs. Ground ball hit to the left side. Hollywood scoops, throws across to 1. Not in time. It skips past Halicki. And going on into third base is Spicer. The train continues to roll for NMC. So now, here comes Keegan Cubbison in to hit. Time called. Coach Lanigan is going to make his call to the bullpen, it appears. Torres will end his day with 4 1/3 inning pitched. And unfortunately, 5 runs behind him. It's a tough decision to make. He's going to talk to his pitcher. He knows this is probably the end. Gets an embrace from him and Lalonis. He will walk off to the applause of his fans. And now it will turn to the former Revere Minuteman, Christopher Anderson, when we return. NMC up 5-2 over the Ohio Pitbulls. Bottom five here in Lakewood. NMC up 5-2, plating 4 runs thus far in the inning. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this inning. Bunt being showed, pull back. Lalonis will fake the throw, and into second base with the stolen bag is Hefke. On the mound now for the Pitbulls is Chris Anderson. Torres will end his day with 4 1/3 inning pitched and 4 strikeouts. Anderson will set the 0-1. Comes in and hits Cubbison. It's a hard 90 for Keegan. Cubbison as he sprints down the line, loading the bases for NMC with 1 away. What a turn of events would it be if they enforced the run rule here? That would be unprecedented. We have to start keeping a close eye on it here. It's a 3-run ball game, so if NMC is able to plate 7 more this inning, which they've plated 4 1/3 of an inning, if you scale out the math, you do the math yourself, you can get there. First pitch misses low. It's a 1-0 count to begin this at-bat on Barger. Barger was the opening run that scored for NMC. After Barger, Copenhaver, and then back to the top with Poland this inning. Nice pitch there from Anderson. That will even it up now at 1-1. This has been a crazy game. The Pitbulls took the lead for a little bit, but weren't able to hold on. Now they have to fight from behind once again. When they come back up to hit, it will be Torres, Hambledon, and Lutke due up. The pitch from Anderson. Smack to the left side of the infield. Hollywood scoops it. The throw to 4 is in time. No play at 1. They get the lead runner. A nice throw from Sudeth for out number 2. He makes amends for the wild throw over to first just a couple minutes ago. But now 2-way. The bases remain loaded as Gavin Copenhaver, the last batter not to hit this inning, steps up for NMC. The pitch. Curveball goes into the zone. It's a 0-1 count to begin this at-bat. The Pitbulls desperately need to get out of this jam. Anderson shakes off a couple pitches. Here comes the 0-1. Goes low, a nice block from Lalonis. That will even it up now at 1-1. The Pitbulls have fought hard all day. The job isn't done yet for NMC or the Pitbulls. There's still plenty of quality baseball left to go in this game. It's now a 1-2 count, but if NMC is able to score a bunch here, if they get up to 7, that might be it. It might be it right now. We don't know. But I feel like that would end momentum. Anderson trying to give the Pitbulls an opportunity to come back. The 1-2. Finds the corner for strike 3. He freezes Copenhagen to retire the side. An excellent pitch on the outside corner. Anderson strikes out the first batter that he sees. And did someone get tossed? I believe Copenhagen got tossed. So add some fireworks onto this one. We go into the 6th. NMC leads at 5-2. Top of the 6th inning here at Lakewood High School. We have some housekeeping from the last inning. Gavin Copenhaver rung up on a pitch on the outside corner, ejected from the ball game. Now in right field is Connor Shepard, the rising senior at Wellington. He probably won't hit in this game, but nonetheless, there is your update and your legalities of the game. Cubbison will remain in the game on the mound and will face Torres, Hamilton, and Hlutke this inning. The Pitbulls, they need to rally once again like they did last inning. They put 2 runs on the board then, not enough to be up as they trail by 3 now. It's a 1-1 count to begin this at-bat on Torres. So far in his outing, Cubbison, 2 Ks to his name. The 1-1. Smack foul to left side. That almost hit Hamilton. A little bit of a wake-up call there to the Pitbull bench. So now a 1-2 count on Torres, the starting pitcher. Cubbison looking for his 3rd K of the ball game. The double pump. Chop foul to the left side and just going to hit off the top of the dugout and stay in the ballpark. Once again, we have plenty of good action for you tomorrow in the OPL as the Ohio Tigers try to end the season undefeated as they take on Premier Anderson. Then the 18U North Coast will take on BHM Navy. First pitch in the 16U coming to you live here at 6 p.m. and then 8:30-ish for Game 2. The 2-2 from Cubbison. Smacks foul and well out of play. Most likely another baseball falling victim to the construction zone. So still a 2-2 count here on Torres. Hamilton awaits in the on-deck circle. The Pitbulls in need of a rally and a spark. Chopped foul. Somehow goes behind, but Torres will once again see another pitch. He's done an excellent job to battle in this at-bat. He's trying to wear down Cubbison. But Cubbison didn't start for a reason. They wanted to save him for late. If this game got close like it did, NMC's coaching staff wanted to have a reliable arm in the bullpen to come on in and settle things down. The 2-2 misses outside. It's a 3-2 count, but Cubbison doing the right thing, trying to attack that outside corner. That's where he finds the majority of his success. The payoff pitch. Misses outside, so it's a leadoff walk for Torres, and that will help the Pitbulls as their fans are trying to keep their team in it by cheering as loud as they can. We have a lot of fans in attendance today for the Pitbulls, more than we did in Game 1. Their stands on their side are basically filled. And so you also have fans standing against the fence, eagerly awaiting the result of this game. As for NMC, they do have some fans in attendance, but the Pitbulls, everyone possible is here, as they know this is probably it for a lot of these players in their playing career. They want to be there to see whoever it may be, their son, their nephew, whatever it may be, play baseball, the sport they love, for the last time. The 1-0 count. Ground ball chopped right back to Cubbison. It goes over his head. It's a tough play to make from short. The throw is in time. An excellent job from Jack Hefke to make the play for out number 1. What a throw across the diamond from Hefke. It took a lot on the charge and a lot on the throw to make it happen, but somehow, in some way, the rising freshman at Mountain Union got the job done. And now up steps Troy Hlutke, the first baseman, 0 for 2 on the day thus far. Nonetheless, that ball puts a runner in scoring position for the Pitbulls. Fouled away to the right side that time around, so 0-1 count to begin this at-bat. In the on-deck circle is Sudduth for the Pitbulls. Sudduth would be the tying run in theory if the batter Hlutke is able to get on. As of right now, it doesn't look like it, as Cubbison now has him down in the count, 0-2, or correction, it is Anderson. So that completes the change. Hlutke is out. Anderson is hitting for him. That's the change. So Torres is at first base now for the Pitbulls. That is the official complete change that we now see. It's a 1-2 count here on Anderson. Still has a runner at second with 1 away to work with. The pitch. Fouled away to the right side as he lunges for it. Sometimes all you have to do is make contact, survive, and advance. So now it looks like we're looking for a baseball. Any baseballs were out. In the meantime, once again, to stay updated on all the games I'm covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. To stay updated on all the action in the league, follow the Diamond League on Twitter. And finally, subscribe here to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we go live. The 1-2 hit into right center field. It might have a chance to drop. Instead, it's caught in center field. A nice job by Zambonis to retrieve it for out number 2. And more importantly, Zambonis' play keeps the runner at second base opposed to him tagging up. So that is huge for NMC. And now this will bring up Michael Hollywood-Sudduth back up for the 3rd time today. He struck out looking and walked in 2 appearances thus far. Cubbison sets and delivers. Right down the pipe for strike 1. An excellent pitch and delivery nonetheless from Cubbison. Cubbison to date has 2 Ks. Swing and a miss, a hefty cut there from Hollywood. He finds himself down in the count, 0-2. Cubbison looking to get Sudduth on 3 pitches. The 0-2 misses well outside, a nice snag from Ramos behind the dish. For NMC in the home half of the inning, Poland, Zambonis, and Dude will try and put some insurance runs before the 7th inning ensues. The pitch misses well outside, so that will now even it up at 2-2. Cubbison just needs to settle in and play baseball the way he knows how to play it. Just pitch the way you know how to pitch, Keegan. Misses outside, so now a 3-2 count. It was an 0-2 just moments ago, but Hollywood's patience has paid off so far. The tying run, Lalonis awaits in the on-deck circle. Sudduth will call time and take a second. Probably a smart decision. Here comes the payoff pitch from Cubbison. Misses low. Good patience shown from Sudduth as he will walk for the 2nd at-bat in a row. And now up steps Logan Lalonis, hit by a pitch and popped out so far today. What can the catcher do, and what might be his final career at-bat? The Pitbulls need him to step up one last time. Here is an opportunity for him to do so. Over at first base is Hollywood. Looking over to second base, you have Torres. The pitch from Cubbison misses outside. It's a 1-0 count. And Cubbison probably has the edge in this battle as Lalonis and him were teammates at Strongsville. The 1-0. Fouled back, so that will even it up now at 1-1. After Lalonis, Decker awaits, and Decker did plenty of damage his last time up. Here comes the 1-1. Ground ball up the middle, doesn't sneak through. No, it doesn't. A nice play from Hefke. He records 2 putouts this inning to make sure no damage is done by the Pitbulls. And there you go. Lalonis goes over to Cubbison asking, why you got me out? No love lost between the former Mustang teammates. Middle of 6th here in Lakewood. NMC leads it 5-2. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Lakewood. Still a good ball game here. It's a 5-2 lead in favor of NMC. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. For the 1 seed, they will send up Poland, Zambonis, and Duke this inning to try and give some insurance runs to their pitcher, Cubbison. First pitch lined into left field. It's a leadoff single for Poland, who does it once again. He has made nice plays on defense and now does it at the sticks. That is one way to get the inning underway, and now David Zambonis, who doubled his last time up, steps back in. 2 for 3 on the day. He had a line out. It was an excellent play made at first base. But since then, the double, it's been all NMC. Anderson will set and deliver. Goes wide right of Lalonis, bounces off his glove, but keeps it near him. It's a 1-0 count. If you missed it, Cubbison retired Lalonis, forced him to ground out. They had a nice little moment shared as they were former teammates in high school. Just kind of one of the cool moments you'll see in this league. The throwdown from Lalonis is high and not in time, and it's a stolen bag for Poland. So he now resides in scoring position for the 1 seed. Zambonis now has a runner in scoring position. He's looking for an RBI. He had plenty in his high school season. To be exact, he had 7. Finds the inside quarter, makes it now a 2-1 count as Anderson finds his get-right pitch. I have hit against Anderson many times. He's a tough kid to get a hit off of. Just the way that he throws the ball and the way he messes with you, it's difficult. Zambonis unable to do so. An excellent snag in right field from Decker. He makes yet another excellent play to try and help his Pitbulls come back. And that's big as it's out number 1. And there it is. It's a difficult thing to get a hit off of Anderson. But when you have Decker in right field putting his body on the line for his team, that is huge. If you remember back a couple innings ago, he had the RBI single to tie the game up. That was really a catalyst. Off the bat, awkwardly to the left side, Hollywood charges a throw across diamond. Not in time. A hustle play made there by Duke to get down the line to put 2 on with 1 away. It was an awkward situation for Soda to be in. He had to charge it, but really couldn't get a good read on it. He did what he could, but it wasn't enough in the end. And now up steps the lefty Ramos. 2 walks and a hit by pitch to his name. Hard 90 and easy 90. He has reached all 3 times. Anderson sets and delivers. Runs inside, but finds the zone. Almost clipped him, kind of. It's a 0-1 count. We are now around the hour and 45-minute mark of this game. The 0-1, runner's break. It's low. Lalonis chucks down the tag. Not there. A double steal works to perfection for NMC as they now have 2 runners in scoring position. A poke from Ramos would be the insurance that would let Keegan Cubbison breathe a little bit easier on the bump. The 1-1. Misses outside. Make it now a 2-1 count. These Pitbulls have fought hard all season. They're still trying to make a little bit more magic here under the lights at Lakewood. A nice snag there from Lalonis to keep it near him and keep Poland at bay, but nonetheless, it's a 3-1 count. The Pitbulls, from what I can see, no action in the bullpen. Coach Lanigan is going to let Anderson finish out this game. The 3-1. Popped up to the left side and well out of play. So we'll have a full count now at 3-2. As for the Pitbulls' next inning, it will be Decker, Engelman, and Rios. The 3 due up to try and make some late-night magic happen here on July 16th at Lakewood. It's a full count, 3-2. It's a big pitch coming from Anderson. He shakes off a couple, agrees with the last call, and time called in the box. And a good notice there from Anderson not to throw anything. The payoff pitch doesn't go, and it's another walk for Ramos. He has a hat trick of them today and a hard 90. He's reached all 4 times without having to put a ball in play. Now the base is loaded. Up steps Mike Steingess. Last time we saw him, it was a 3 RBI double. Can he do it again, or can he hit one over the fence? The pitch from Anderson. Fouled away, and that was the home run swing. The way that that ball left the hand and the way that it appeared, it looked destined to be smoked. But in the end, not enough barrel on it. It's a 0-1 count. Stay tuned after this game concludes to see the trophy presentation for the runner-up and the winner of the 18U Diamond League. The 0-1 from Anderson. Breaking ball curves in, makes it now a 0-2 count. After Steingast, Nico Spicer would be due up next. Anderson will set. Here comes the pitch. Popped up in the infield. Infield fly definitely in effect. Hollywood snags it nonetheless for out number 2. Nice play made over at short. He didn't have the pressure of if he drops it, the out doesn't count because the infield fly in this situation obviously in effect. But still a nice play. It could be potentially his last. That's the thing. The Pitbulls right now need to have the mentality of, if this is the last time I touch the ball, let's make it a good ending. Make the play, and let's have that be a memory to end on. Chopped off the bat, foul to the right side, 0-1 count. I was in a situation that a lot of these guys were in not too long ago. Last night, last game. Had to go with the mentality of, if this is it, I have to give my best one last time. Let's end with a good memory. And a lot of these guys have ended with great memories. That's all you can really do at this point in the game. You make something happen for your team. You can say, okay, I'm ready to be done. You might not want to be done, but if you can end on a great play, you end on a great play. The 0-2 from Anderson. Tanked into left center field. That is a gapper. 1 run will score. Another will round and will score. They're going to stop the third. It is a 2 RBI single for Nico Spicer to make it a 7-2 ball game in favor of NMC. If the result hasn't been sealed yet, it pretty much is now. Another big hit for NMC. The better team on the day appears to be in the driver's seat to win the league. They have looked dominating, and they have dominated from start to finish. They have looked like a dominant force. Nothing more you can do. You're outmatched. You gave it your all. It's just NMC's day. It appears destined to be an NMC victory. The Pitbulls, they fought hard. They still have a chance, but it's NMC's party. Runner breaks the pitch. Goes wide right of Lamonis. The play at the plate is not in time. Another run will score. Make it an 8-2 ball game. Lamonis did all he could, but couldn't keep it close enough. And now that makes it a 6-run ball game. Hefke so far today, a stolen bag, a single, a walk, and a fly out to his name, along with a couple good putouts in the top of the inning a while ago. Still 2 away. 2-0 count. Anderson will set. The pitch. Smacked into right field, has plenty of carry to it, and that will fall in for at least a double. Scoring will be Spicer, and cruising into second base with an RBI double is Jack Hefke. He does it again, make it a 9-2 ball game, as that young man has had one heck of an evening in Lakewood. Now time is called for a mound visit for the Pitbulls to try and keep things close here. The Pitbulls need to keep the game close, as 3 more runs from NMC would be enough to enforce the run rule. Once again, we'll be back on tomorrow at the 6 o'clock hour to bring you the Ohio Tigers versus Premier Ohio Anderson OPL 16U championship game. A Premier Ohio team looking to win it for the 2nd year in a row. Premier Nemec won it last year in 2023. That game coming at Victory Park. This time around, it's at Lakewood. And then the nightcap to end the OPL season. It is North Coast, the 1 seed, taking on the 3 seed BHM Buckeyes Navy outfit. Should be a good game. That game starting at 8:30. Both games live here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. To stay up to date on all the games I'm covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram at SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. Keegan Cubbison now back in the box here for NMC, as he looks to move the runner along here and potentially enforce the run rule. If he gets a big hit here, it helps his cause, as he would not have to go back on the mound. Time called in right field as Decker has to tie his shoe. Given the way that he has played today, he is more deserving of time. He is allowed to tie his shoe. He has played one heck of a game. The pitch from Anderson, swing and a miss. He changed up the speed, and Cubbison couldn't time it up. Zach Granke might be proud of that ball. It's a 0-1 count. Anderson will come set once again. The pitch. Chop to the right side of the infield. It's going to be a tough play. Engelman charges the Top 7 here in Lakewood. This game about over, but still the Pitbulls have 3 outs to work with to try and make something happen. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Apologize for the technical difficulty there. It appears the stadium Wi-Fi has turned off, so had to switch over to a hotspot to make something happen. That ball lined well into the parking lot, luckily away from my car, I believe, but that will even it up at 1-1. It's not a baseball game at the high school level without a car taking a hit. The 1-1 shot awkwardly off the bat to the left side. It's a mad dash down the line. Decker, will he beat the throw? Yes, he will technically, as him hitting the first baseman frees the ball. So he is safe. There's the call. He is now 2 for 3 on the evening. It's not a hard 90 by definition, but based off the way he hit the first baseman, you could call it a hard 90. I don't think that's the way that Decker envisioned that at-bat going, but nonetheless, he's on. The leadoff man is technically aboard. The first baseman appears to be okay, but that is a tough hit to take. It was just a runner barreling down the line. You can see the way he left the box. It was a mad dash for first base. He got to the bag, and now made something happen. So it appears he might have a change at first base. So it appears that Poland's day is done. He's going to go to the dugout. I don't know if it's injured or if he was tossed. Yeah, it looked like he hit his hand awkwardly. Definitely angry. I mean, and rightfully so. You're a couple outs away from winning a championship, and you get to come out of the game due to injury. But now Connor Shepard, the designated hitter, will come on in and settle things down at first base. A runner on, none away, and Andrew Engelman steps back into the box. 1 for 2 today with a base hit and a K and a walk. The back pick not in time, down to first. A good idea behind the dish from Ramos. Nonetheless, a 1-0 count to begin this at bat on Engelman. After Engelman, Rios is due up next. The throwback not in time. NMC trying to put their eggs in the basket of getting the runner over at first base. Cubbison getting some encouragement from his teammates behind him. It's a 1-0 count. The pitch misses well outside. That will now make it a 2-0 count. You can tell this Pitbulls team shows fight until the end. I have played against these guys many times, and every time we played them, they showed heart and fight until the end, and almost a throw out at 1. A definite close play. That is why you slide back, ladies and gentlemen. That had been an unfortunate way for out number 1. But like I said, NMC's putting their eggs in the basket of getting that runner out at first. The pitch misses well outside. It's a 3-0 count. The Pitbulls right now just want to get some runs on the board. A similar spot to that of Release in the last game. They were down by 8. They wanted to make something happen late in the game, and they put their mind to it. Now 2 runners on with none away. The third time an inning has started like this, I believe, today for the Pitbulls. And now up steps Hayden Rios. I mentioned it earlier. A great comeback story. Can he put his stamp on this game? Zambon is still doing his thing in center field, trying to distract the hitter. Chop foul right up to us without that fence that hits the camera. That's how perfect of a line that one is. And maybe with the ball hitting the fence, maybe my camera will stop trying to focus on the fence. That'd be a great gift from the baseball. But nonetheless, it's a 0-1 count here on Rios. Correction. There we go. Here comes the 0-1. The frame was there, but not the call. That will even it up at 1-1. A good miss from Cubbison. But he needs to be challenging. He can't give a gift to the Pitbulls. Pitch misses wide. The throwdown from Ramos is in time. Yes, it is. The tag is there, too. Decker is out trying to steal third. NMC 2 outs away from sealing the victory as Isaac Ramos now has 2 throwouts to his name this evening. What a chuck down from behind the dish. It wasn't a good jump from Decker, but unfortunately, it didn't matter. Even if he had a good jump, it looked like he would have been out. Shot to the right side. The throw to 1 is just in time. Rios can't beat out the throw. You can sound the final countdown for NMC as they are 1 out away from sealing their title and their spot in history in the Diamond League. Johnathan Barnes, the Lutheran West legend, steps up. He might be the last batter of the season for the Pitbulls. Can he make some magic happen? First pitch strike, nothing in 1 count as Cubbison perfectly dots out the zone. The second pitch misses outside. That will even it up 1-1. If Barnes can do something with this baseball and keep the game alive, it would then go to Torres. Nice block behind the dish from Ramos. Keeps the ball close. Makes it a 2-1 count. We are now at the 2-hour mark in this ball game. The pitch from Cubbison. Dots the corner. The Pitbulls are down to their final strike. It's a 2-2 count. Cubbison 1 strike away from sealing the title. It's a big pitch. Here it comes. Runs inside. Save a full count now. 3-2 with 2 away. It's a pressure situation. Barnes trying to keep his Pitbulls alive. Cubbison trying to seal the silverware. The payoff pitch fouled away. Barnes does a nice job to foul it away and see another pitch. Stay tuned after the game to see the trophy presentation for the runner-up and the 2024 18U Diamond League champion. Commissioner John Mangelkamp made his way down already. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. A hefty cut from Barnes. Is it enough? As NMC can celebrate as they earned the 18U 2024 Diamond League Championship in style, winning 9-2. An excellent performance from NMC. They really turned on the Jets late in this game, but you got to give credit to the Pitbulls as they fought tooth and nail to try and make something happen for themselves. Your player of the game has to go to Mike Stengas. The double that resulted in 3 runs scoring, that was the catalyst for the rally for NMC. Both teams shaking hands, and for the Pitbulls, a lot of those guys will receive applause for the final time on the baseball diamond as their careers will be over. We'll now turn it over to Commissioner John Mangelkamp as he'll take it away for the trophy celebration. There it is, NMC getting their championship trophy. Their celebrations can start. You saw David Zambonis do the backflip in celebration, and now NMC can don their championship apparel, deservingly so, winning it 9-2. My message to those on the Pitbulls, you guys fought hard. You have a lot to be proud of. Being a competitor of years for years, it was fun to see you guys compete one last time as a group. A lot of those kids will not play the sport again. Enjoy the moments you had in the sport. Take it from me. I ended yesterday. You're going to look back at the memories you made with these guys and realize these were the good old days. The days you'll want to cherish and tell your kids about in years to come. You won't mention the final score, but if you're Decker, you mention that RBI that tied the game. If you're Rios, who still has a career, if you're Torres, you still have a career, you mentioned the camaraderie with these guys. You can see it on your screen, just the embrace, Coach Lanigan giving a lot of these guys hugs. If you're Logan Lalonis, even though you grounded out your last time at bat, you talk to your kids about going up against a former high school teammate and just the kind of moment of them talking to each other, walking off the field for what was the last time hitting for Lalonis. It's the little moments like those that you'll remember. For the Pitbulls that move on, best of luck. Torres and then Rios especially going to Mount Union. Hopefully I get to call some games. Rios, a true fighter. This group was fun. Good competitors. They fought tooth and nail from start to finish. Congratulations to them on a great season when many doubted them. As for the victors, NMC, they all continue to play on. Congrats to you guys. You guys really impressed today. You have a lot to celebrate, but you have to learn from this. The start was rough. Yes, it was, but you made something happen in the end. Take that message into your college season. If you can make something happen on this stage, you can make something happen anywhere. It's pressure. It's under the lights. It might be a quote-unquote meaningless game, even though it's a championship, because there's not many games in the league. But you need to compete at every level, even if it's a simple non-conference game or the most pressure conference game. So take this game, learn from it. What did you do well, and what did you do poorly? If you learn from it, it was a good experience. That's my 2 cents for both of these teams. We'll be back on tomorrow to bring you the Ohio Tigers taking on Premier Anderson at 6 o'clock in the 16U division of the OPL. And then at 8:30, my division, North Coast, takes on BHM Navy. Should be a good game. North Coast, best of luck to them. They ended our season yesterday. They're fun to watch. BHM Navy, also fun to watch. To stay up to date on all the games I'm covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and Twitter. To stay up to date on all the action in the Diamond League, follow the Diamond League on Twitter, and as well, stay tuned to updates on the website. And finally, subscribe here to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we go live. My goal is to get up to 250 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. NMC is getting their official photo taken as champions. After that, we'll pan to the outfield and show you the Pitbulls celebrating a great season and talking things over one last time. I've been Nathan Smee. Thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with me here at Lakewood High School.